That's enough of that. Right, what are we up to? Let's welcome everyone in. Welcome.
I'd like to welcome all you ignorant ass bitches, critics, complainers, disgruntled rappers, and racists especially. I'd like to welcome all you ignorant ass bitches, critics, complainers, disgruntled rappers, and racists especially.
The fucking thing's on a loop. Right. So, in a moment we'll begin. So, there's a Facebook group I'm in on Facebook called, I can never remember its name, the Video Store Backrooms. So, I asked them for some stories from their video store days. So, we'll go through those and then we'll see what happens. But in other news, we have a possibility of interviews with Dee Wallace and Ira Newborn, of all people. So that might be good. So I'll just see who's in the comments. Look at itchy nose. Right. Are you out there, spirits? Let's take an easy one. This one's from... Oh, hang on. I was going to do this Radio 2 style. Let's have some music. No. Let me know if that's too loud. You can't hear me. Ira Newborn? Yes, the composer himself, Ira Newborn. Because I got a direct contact with him. So he's interested in coming on. I'm just going to work out the final details, but he sent me a very interesting email saying he's amenable to being interviewed, but would need to know a bit about what you'd expect from me. I love guitar, music, motion picture composition, orchestration, and the great musicians, professionals, and artists I've been lucky enough to work with, which is very true if you've seen what he's done. But I have a very dim view of the business of Hollywood. If you don't want to hear the truth about it, don't ask about it. So hopefully that's going to happen in March, I should imagine. So that's going to be interesting. But I do know you like a composer, and he's done quite a wide range of composing. So yeah, he's done John Hughes films, the Naked Gun films, and all those. And his last film was the it's called Basketball. So hopefully he hadn't had a falling out with the Zuckers. But so the first story we'll go with is Daniel. Hang on, is that music playing? Because I can't hear it now. Let me know if it's too loud. In the late 80s, I worked at a smaller mom-and-pop video store, and unlike Blockbuster, we were allowed to watch actual movies and not just the trailers like they did. So one Saturday, it's starting to get busy, and we knew not to put on the new release in because someone would want it, and so we stuck with our older back catalogue of movies. Well, every time we would put a movie on, within 15 minutes or so, someone would walk up and say, "Hey, what's that playing?" and then ask if they could rent it. That particular night, we went through 5 movies in a row before we found something no one wanted to rent. So after that, we stuck with watching cartoons on the weekends. There you go. Yeah, this is a miniature, believe it or not, my set. I found on the internet. I thought, it's a nice one. This is of all the pictures of video shop stores, this is a miniature. But who doesn't love some Morons from Outer Space? Where we got Police Academy 3, Beastmaster, I think, Funhouse, Killer Clowns. I think that's the right stuff. I can't tell over at top left. Zombies, of course, and you can actually see Daryl and Flash Gordon, Life Force. Oh, amazing collection I have here. So then he continues. At Hollywood, we would take the window clings and cannibalize them into scenes in the staff-only areas. I got confronted by a dad whose child was disturbed that in the bathroom we had Winn-Dixie Yorkie eating Ashton Kutcher's head. Hey, Professor. Welcome, Professor. So if anyone's got any video store stories I want to share, I'll read them out. Within reason. I'm sure all the hunky studs that worked in the video store back in the 80s, it was just like Porky's. But we'll see. Right, where are we? On to Bob. In 2001 or so, I was working for a mom and pop with a small back room. This is important because we didn't have back rooms in the UK, so this is where this comes from, the adult section. In the entire collection, we had only 2 gay titles, and of the people who rented the adult titles, we only had 1 guy who would rent them. Thing is, just like in our new release section, all adult titles were 1-night only rentals. The owner had a recent release section that was 3-night rentals, and then everything else was 5-night rentals. No idea why he wanted to be so convoluted, but I digress. So this guy would rent the movies, keep them for weeks, and then bring them back and pay off the exorbitant late fee, only to turn around and re-rent the movies again right there and then. This happened a couple of years when I worked there. And for $3.99 each per night, this guy was racking up $8 a day in late fees, and holding onto the tapes for 2 to 3 weeks at a time. He'd come in, pay off a couple of $100 in late fees, and then rent them again. At one point, I would let him know, you could just buy these tapes for $30 each and keep them. And I shit you not, his response was, nah, if I own them, they'll be in my house all the time. And I can't have that. I decided not to tell him that they are, quite literally, in his house all the time. Copy of Faces of Death, top right corner. They'll be getting us raided. Oh yes, I see it, yeah. I was going to say, I can point to it, but I'm behind the counter. I see it, yeah. So, and there's dolls. Pumpkinhead, burning. Yes, a lot of horrors there. Oh, I think I see some electric. Fucking reverse. Far left, electric blue, maybe. This is like a tribute to Steve Wright. That is exactly it. Sunday love songs. Bless him. God bless Steve Wright. But without the Sunday, more about VHS rental and the love of. That was what they're going for. I hope the music's the right level. I couldn't get the official music because it wouldn't last long, but. That is exactly what I was going for. Sunday Wright. Steve Wright. Good evening, Bob. How are you? Why didn't he just buy the video, for fuck's sake? Yeah, if you're going to be paying hundreds of dollars for gay porn, but so you're renting it so it doesn't stay at your house, but keep it out, yeah. Those tapes must be more to hell, worse than the pool scenes in Fast Times. Yes. Good evening, Liv. Hello, how are you? I think Pumpkinhead had a rubbish. Yes, that's a good point, Michael Myers. Yes, Pumpkinhead was called Vengeance the Demon. Now you mention it, but yeah, I was thinking I have one, but I don't. Yes, video shops attracted some odd characters. We are the weirdos. What else you got there? I can see Cocoon, The Return, Cocoon #1. Oh, there's a Kindred by the great Graham Humphreys. Pictured there. We've got Night of the Demons. Oh, Fright Night. And you got Halloween. Wish I had some of these now. What's on the other side? Yeah, a lot more adult stuff. I Spit on Your Grave. I see. I wouldn't know about such adult fare, so. Good evening, Loe. Whatever, I can't pronounce it. Maybe he was in denial, like if he didn't own that type of tapes, then he wasn't fully batting for the other team. Yeah, well, we'll get on to some more of these in a minute. There's not that many, so it's not going to be a long stream unless you've got some more, but for the first episode, if I can get some more of these guys. We're all perfect normalists and non-VHS lovers of other weirdos. Exactly. What's wrong with collecting outdated physical media? Even all there's Rams. Not too many Angie Everards at the video shops I went to. Wasn't there? Oh, I was. There was about 3 of the ladies behind the back counter that were very helpful. But obviously you went to one of those bigger chains. Right, let's go on to Josh. Late 90s, and I was the assistant manager at Video Update with an adult room in the back. Husband and wife came in with their 2 or 3 kids to rent some videos, and sorry about this, but this is the way they wrote them. I didn't tidy them up. And there are late fees for one of those adult movies, and it was store policy that late fees had to be paid before you can rent a movie. We'll remember that, don't we? You can see where this is going, but basically, I said they had late fees. The father asked, "What's it for?" And I just paused and looked at him for a second to see if it would dawn on him. When he got to ask again what it was for, I said quietly, for a film you do not want me to say out loud. He got it then. Yes, we didn't have such adult material in the UK video shops, and if it was literally behind the counter. I think his wife was telling him she didn't want that shit clustering up the house. Probably. Watch out. Oh, we've got a Thorn EMI poster for Morons above your head. Yeah. I actually saw Morons from Outer Space in the cinema. I loved it when it came out. I rented it loads. Then I watched it 20 years ago or more. I thought, oh shit, this is terrible. I always remember the scene where, was it Jimmy Nail or Mel Smith sneezes in his space helmet? Right, Professor, none of the video stores had adult sections in the grand old country of Mexico. You could rent any one of the video nasties, no problem, but sexy tapes. Think of the children. Oh, I'm clutching my pearls, Professor. At least it kept you on the straight and narrow and didn't affect you now, so you only like films with the ladies with the undressed. Because what did I just watched one I never heard of before, and a Professor knows which one it is. Yes, Gwendolyn, or The Perils of Gwendolyn in the Land of the Yik Yak, 1984, from the director of Emmanuel. What's his name? Just Jekin. That's got to be a joke, right? And it stars the lovely Tawny Katane, and she is undressed a lot. But we're not on that today. I recorded Karate Kid on TV in 1989. I went to my local video shop and robbed the big box of the film. I did the same for Tango and Cash. Oh, turn yourself in, Bob. Or just set the equalizer on his path to being a good guy. Should have announced the title and the name and shame him for the late fee. Oh yeah, he would have named and shamed it, but then lost his business. And then, do you want a divorce hanging over your head? Right. Where do we get to? See, I love Wilt, but draw the line at Morons from outer space of shit. Maybe it's a double bill I need. Yeah, saw Morons from outer space. Oh, very light one night on ITV. Absolute shite. Oh dear. Okay. I'm sure it's put there as a parody or something. So that's a slow. Pretty Boy goes, I loved when I used to record films on TV channels. Good old days. Yes. What have I got? I got an Empire Strikes Back recorded from the early 90s here somewhere. And that's not right. I used to Dr. Impossible. I used to peel the security stickers off and apply them to my tapes. Nobody knew a bloody thing. You rogues, you terrible people. Gwendolyn's kind of awesome. Trash, but awesome. That is true. It is absolute trash. The guy is a bastard and not likable at all. But Gwendolyn, she is so hot. But it's the first time I've ever heard of the film. J.S. Jakin is apparently his actual name. Have seen Gwendolyn. It's bizarre. It's, what does it say? It says it's Barbarella meets Indiana Jones on the poster, but it's neither of those. Professor, now that I think about it, living in a sexually oppressed country might have totally led to my totally healthy obsession with boobies. Big boobies. Boobies. No boobies here. The only film to hand with full nakedness is Body Snatchers. Who is that? The lovely Gabrielle Anwar, fully naked in that one. Full bush. Anyway, I'm not here to discuss that. We've got Oki maybe, says, when I was a kid in the early 90s, I would go to the local mum and pop's rental place and get scores of horror flicks. As much as I could carry sometimes, I was the staple at that place. Then in the 2000s, when that place closed, the owner boxed them all up the weird horror titles like Shockwaves, Rawhead Rex, etc., and gave a shout out to Mr. Holiday. Oh, sorry, and gave them to me. Sorry. It was one of the coolest things ever. Shout out to Mr. Holiday wherever you are. Well, that was true. Unfortunately, I was never around a video shop or collecting VHS when they all fucking closed down. Otherwise, I wouldn't be where I am today collecting them again. Oh, Michael's just spotted Naked Werewolf Woman. The orange one on the top shelf, more cack. Oh, I see it, yeah. But is there a naked werewolf, and does she have 6 nipples? The big flaw with Morons is that Mel and Griff were a well-known double act. They don't appear on screen to the last scene. I can't remember. All I remember is Mel Smith and Jimmy Nails in it, and they're turning into a punk band. Is it? What's his name? Stevenson in it as well, who was in Superman 3. I rewatched Freddy's Dead last month and enjoyed it as a cartoon story with some kids, but honestly, I don't hate him all. And yes, I don't hate it. Sadly, it was the first Elm Street film I saw in the cinema, and I got to saw it in 3D, so I can't complain. Full bush. Or less bush, maybe. She's transforming at the time. I love Body Snatchers, loved it. Yeah, so we every 20 years we had 50s, 70s, 90s, and yeah, in 2010s or 2000s we had a Body Snatchers film, didn't we? Right, where are we? Do I like the Species films? I like number 1. 2 is alright. Well, actually I love number 1 because that is, where is it? Typical. Can't lay a hand on it. The fuck has that gone? Oh, there it is. Hang on, it's on the top shelf. Yes, I rewatched Species the other day, and it still holds up. It's a great sci-fi thriller, even without the nudity. But the second one, she's not nude. The third one, she dies at the beginning, and I think the fourth one's a straight-to-video one set in South America or something. No, Freddy's Dead is nonsense, but it feels more consistent than The Dream Child. That is also true. Oh, I just realised, yeah, it's a Fox video. I need to take that upstairs as I'm doing Fox videos. Although this is now a Disney film now. Because, yeah, what is it? Number 1 is Fox. Number 2, 3 are Warner. Number 4 is Entertainment and Video. Number 5 is Fox Video. Number 6 is Guild. And number New Nightmare is Rank. So, completely chaos. She's a naked werewolf woman in the movie. So, definitely not misleading. But it's not a good look with all the hair. Hey, that's a thing now, isn't it? All the blue hairs are not shaving. Dr. Impossible. Mike Hodges delivered the goods with Florida Straits. Well, sort of. Fred Ward and Raul Julia go on a little adventure together. Did they kill the scriptwriter in the process? I have to look that one up. Professor, alas, my nearest video store closed, and they had no horror movies on sale, but I did rescue a ton of snares and N64 titles, which might fetch a pretty penny. I will give you said penny for all of them. Love Slave, the master requires a tape post haste. Yes, he does. Michael Myers. Doll is one of my favorite, which never seems to get reviewed or talked about. Yes, I watched Dolls not last year, the year before, as a rewatch. And it's bloody good. Where are we? Fred Ward and Raul Julia. That's me. So what exactly? You've got a cast like that. Because what is it? Miami Blues. I remember. I thought, what was that? I think I watched that after Tremors. I thought, oh, Fred Ward's in this. It must be good. It wasn't the fun ride that Tremors is. Dolls is a good film. Yes, it's probably quite. I was going to say it's probably quite rare, but I don't think it was in every video shop, wasn't it? So it probably isn't that rare. Remember that cover scaring me. We got From Beyond. Oh, there's the stuff, and then the stuff. What is that? Street Trash. Yeah, some of these are hard to make out, and some are obvious. Oh, sorry. Hey, sorry, I didn't see you there, Stuart George. Welcome. Man with all the Warner tapes. Bastard. Daniel Jenkins with Ward and Julia. Okay. Guy in my local CD video shop was a legend. He was about 11 and 12 at the time, and he didn't give a flying fuck what I rented. No. What was it? When, yeah, my dad, the first video shop, anything goes. I was getting 15s when I was only 10, but yeah, there was nothing horror I was interested in. Then by the time I got to the other shop, I would order it in the school lunchtime, and then my dad would pick it up on Saturday. So technically, it didn't matter. But they knew I was watching, but I think because he rented it, they couldn't do it matter. Do you like Tarantino films? What's your favorite? I do not like Tarantino films, but I guess my favorite, Jackie Brown, because it's not one of his. I do like the guy that wrote it. I can't forget his name now. Who did was it Out of Sight, and he did LA Confidential. But we are doing True Romance in Mob March. Splendid taste, Stuart. Yes. Cannibal Holocaust is on the shelf too. They're done for. Where is it? It's a Confessions film as well. I think I actually see boobs in the third from the right on this level. I think Confessions of a Window Cleaner is right at the end. I didn't have a quick look good at this, but yeah. So, I don't see the Keep anymore. Oh, I see Masters of the Universe, Terrorvision, and yeah, what else is there? Or is that the Keep on this one? Did you see Blot on the Landscape by Tom Sharp? I used to watch Blot on the Landscape when it was on TV. I think I was hoping for nudity because it was Tom Sharp. I've been thinking about the late Ward a fair bit. I saw Uncommon Valor for the first time recently. Influential film in anyway. Yes, Uncommon Valor. Is that Gene Hackman rescuing his son? Or is it Vietnam veterans, prisoner wars? Yeah, I only saw it a few years ago because I never fancied the picture because the poster wasn't any good. But Bob, I remember when we used to get actual case with the tape, but people were saying covers got ripped and the kids ruined them. Yes, I have a lot of ruined videos because the kids ripping the paper from the case. I don't know why they did that. That's when the shops started using their own cases. Good. I have got one of the few of those fancy books. Oh yeah, I need to put it in my background actually, making me look smart. Back and reading books. Oh, here we go. Picked up Fire, Ice and Dynamite, the Roger Moore classic. Yes, on VHS the other day. Never seen it. Any good? I'm not going to say it's any good, and I don't think Roger Moore's in it that much. I never saw it. But I'm sure someone here has and will tell you. Yeah, it's fun. Isn't he like in the trailer, he's like a millionaire on the ski resort, and then he's offered as a prize for winning something, and then disappears. No, Doc, I need to read some Tom Sharp. Is he still with us? I don't think so. Probably not. Cannibal Holocaust is on the second shelf down on the far left. Cannibal Holocaust. Am I on the wrong side? I can't see it now. I can't remember what the bloody picture is now. I don't like Tarantino at all, personally. And his films are overrated. There you go. It was a trick question. My local Global Video gave you the videos in hard blue plastic slipcases. Yes, I have some of those upstairs. My local videos used to have the big box case, and then it used to have their advertising on the front saying which shop it was, and on the back it was adverts for local shops and stuff, because my parents advertised there, so we had a free card which gave us free rentals, which was awesome. So you could get 5 tapes. I think it was 3 tapes a night, but you had to pay for new releases if it's within 3 weeks, something like that. But yeah, I should bring some of those down to decorate. Sad thing about Fred Ward is that I thought he had already died. Oh, is he still with us? I've seen Tarantino in person twice. I'm not bragging. You never brag, friends. Anyway, where are we? Back to what we're here for. I've forgotten about. I've done that one. Anonymous, this one. I used to work at a movie gallery in Dunedin, Florida, that was right next to a hardware store. I can't tell you how many times someone would walk in and walk around the store past all the movie posters, racks of movies, then come up and ask me where the hammers or some random screws were located. I'd tell them in the hardware place next door. Anyway, where did you see Tarantino? Was it in the UK? What was he doing here? It's the old Go video cover with the cannibal on the front eating loads of entrails. Ah, that one. There's a yellow video peeking out next to it. Crap. Is it up here? Oh, yep, I see him. Yep, I see him. Next to the... I suspect it's a topless lady, or is it just a lady with a bra exposed? Oh, there's Emmanuel, look. Top shelf. Not that I would know what that picture looks. I don't think they got 11 Days and 11 Nights. Yeah, it does say adult section. I don't know what... Yeah, so... Cannibal Holocaust is in the adult section. And I guess... Can't read what... Freaking hands aren't working. Liked Reservoir Dogs and Pulp Fiction, then interested. Charles Wayne first. Yeah. One I don't like is Death Proof. Even though it's got Kurt Russell in it. Bloody boring. Forgot Pete Practice, Simon Shepard was in Fire, Ice and Dynamite. Willie Bogner, who directed that film, was a top flight ski ace. That explains a lot. But is it any good, Dr. Impossible? Most of the VHS rental stores also had those clear and white cases, and did on a poor quality image of the movie with the video store's name in Sharpie. You really missed that. Yes. Saving on costs. Ah, there you go. I'm not the only one. 80 Death Proof thought it was shit. Yeah, I've given it a few goes. It's like Kill Bill. The first one's alright. It's just too over the top for me. And the second one's dull as well because it's an hour longer, isn't it, or something? And there's no action in that one. Saw him in London 2021 and 2022. The last time was at the Palladium, and Jamie Foxx made a surprise guest appearance. Great night. You lucky so-and-so. Alright, how many? I don't think I got too many of these, but let's go. Marcus says, I got in trouble for hanging the striptease. Oh, hang on, there's a prop for this one. Poster right inside the doorway of the store, which is this one, which caused, well, I think Disclosure caused more car crashes than this, but just because the professor's here, you can have a closer. It's not a very good film. Poor Burt Reynolds, what's he get? Covered in Vaseline. Poor Andrew Bergman for directing it. Demi strips with the greatest of teas, says the News of the World. And that's the only quote. Exposed additional 30 minutes of previously unseen footage exclusive to the video, which I'm guessing isn't her stripping. You got a couple of other strippers on there. But that's the poster, remember that. A woman and her son walked into the store, and when the boy saw the poster, he just gasped in amazement. I think his mum covered his eyes and complained to the manager. It's too bad the owners drove it to the ground, though, turning half the store into a flower shop and a cell phone store. Yeah, I guess they had to get money where they could. Trying to make out a boobage cover. There's definitely Emmanuel above it in her wicker chair. Yes, the famous wicker chair. Everyone wanted wicker chairs. Yeah, I'm trying to... I can't remember if the original poster's any better, but... You keep... My eyes. They really messed up, yeah. Age, what we got? Not really into Tarantino using any Morricone's old scores in his films. Find it off-putting. Yes. Good old Ennio. I've been listening to a few of his as well. But yeah, can throw you off. What's the best film in 2023, or do you not watch new films? I watch some new films. Can't remember what came out last year now. There was very few I saw in the cinema. Actually, I can't remember any. Oh, I'd have to look it up. Oh, Mission Impossible 7 was good. Death Proof is the only Tarantino film I dislike. See, it's not just me. The Roger Moore ski thing. Hey, Dutch, Ramon. I originally bought it on tape and I could not finish the movie. So bad. It's definitely worth having on tape, though. I have many, many wonderful tapes in the loft that are very bad that I'll never watch, but just because it's a tape and it's mine. Like adult. Damn, we used to bring them. Yeah. Remember seeing that striptease poster on a massive bus stop advert? Was considering stealing it and taking it home. Well, yeah, because we had her pregnant on the front cover of a magazine, didn't we? And then she is fully nude. Well, as much as she can be on there. Professor, I wanted a double feature watch of Showgirls and Striptease. Needless to say, I had more fun with Showgirls. And yeah, Showgirls, 2.5 hours. Striptease. Yeah, it was very false advertised. It's over 2 hours. 2 hours, 5 minutes. With theme is comedy, language occasional strong, sex nudity, frequent moderate nudity, violence infrequent but moderate. Because I think the only person that came out of this all right was Robert Patrick. A redneck or something in it. I bought Fire Ice and Dynamite just like the VHS artwork. Indeed, that's the thing we want. Yeah, because I need to get some more off VHS artists on, don't I can't access the Hateful Eight. The only Tarantino I liked was Jackie Brown. See, me and the Dr. Impossible now. Like I did watch all 9 of his films when Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, which I enjoyed the whole film until it gets to the violent bit at the end. I thought the violence spoiled it for me. I was enjoying the old look of Hollywood. They wanted Gene Hackman for Burt Reynolds' part in Striptease, but he didn't like the script. They were so unsure about Burt that they made him screen test for the part. Oh, poor Burt, indeed. You got Burt Reynolds, biggest star of the 70s. They used to put nudity in films, not like now because the internet nudity is all over. Well, that's the trouble. Or is it though? Because yeah, you can see anything happening to anyone or anything. But at the same time, that Gwendolyn was a lot sexier because of Tawny Keaton, who I can't see everywhere on the internet unless I Google those bits. But it's that's the turn on, not just it's TNA. It's the type of TNA. Oh, hello, Turn the Blue Iris. How are you? Welcome. Evening. A local video store had the adult video stood like dominoes on the top of the main shelves. I heard that Sweaty Hands had toppled them more than once. That's got to be a trap, hasn't it? But welcome. Thank you for that. Imagine screen testing Burt one, and it's like, yeah, he must have been. Yeah. We don't mention new films on here. Yes, we unless it's on VHS, we don't mention it. I said this before, but I don't remember the disclosure poster on the bus. Oh, I do remember. Disclosure bus stop, yeah. Disclosure poster on the bus stop outside my school, yeah. Yeah, she's not even, I can't remember. It's quite dark and there's nothing really showing. So I don't know why people are crashing, allegedly. Hello, Savoy. What was the first tape you bought? The first tapes I rebought were the Star Wars trilogy, the blue ones in a box set, because I thought, oh, I'll just have those in a little display, and then now look at me. But I think back in the old days, it was an all-time great Crocodile Dundee. That's the one I remember getting, but that started me off collecting. I had a big collection back then. I don't remember Striptease being that bad for what it was, exactly, for what it is, but I think it's like, because it's over 2 hours, and it's supposed to be this comedy, it's stretched out too long. Yeah, it's fairly watchable, but the book is a lot better. Does it say who wrote the book? Based on the book by Carl Eisen. All the Tarantino homages in the movie just start to get on my nerves. Yeah, he's definitely a magpie, isn't he? Do you like Land of the Dead? The black character is similar to Bob in Dead. Yes, he is. I saw Land of the Dead in the cinema. Yeah, it's good. I do like that one. Bill Forsyth has delivered a decent film with Reynolds in Breaking In. Watched it recently. Yeah, I watched Breaking In. It's pretty good, yeah. Teaching a young thief all the stuff he needs to know. I'll be honest, I watched isolated scenes from Striptease many, many times. The trouble is, this is when she had her falsies in, isn't it? So she looked, well, if you've watched, what is it? Blame It on Rio, she's naked and natural. Well, topless and natural at the beginning, but she's only about 18 or something then. And then there's still that rumour that that's her arse in a spit in your grave, isn't it? Hello, Andy, how are you? Could you tell me, is that a real video rental store you're in? No, I wish. This is a miniature model, because if I move me around, watch. Oh, no. Make me smaller? Get out of the way. No, it's not going to work. No, it's only got one setting. There you go, a little smaller. No. But yeah, it's just, this is miniature, so some clever bastard miniaturized all these pictures and made them. And then he made a little diorama. And I stole it. I think that's Hot Bubblegum, one of the lemon popsicles next to I Spit on Your Grave on the adult shelf. I'm such a loser. No. I'm the one that... Nosy. I'm not concentrating as much as you, but I'm sure you're just using Google Lens. Like, some of these posters look very familiar, but... Where's the action section? You've got horror, family, sci-fi. Sci-fi movies. I like Daryl's right next to Cocoon and above fucking Life Force. Oh, there's Tron. Flash Gordon. Yeah, these all look very familiar. I recognize that one, but I can't think. Master Universe, Terrorvision. Some of them are just not enough to spring my mind. That's how the collecting bug gets you. Start small, just a nostalgia, yes. Then you have a lot full of tapes and a lost slave to go through them when back, and yes, he's stomping around up there waiting for the next one. The town I live in, my old video shop in the mid-80s is still there. It was a curry house, been empty for 26 years. When I win the lottery, I will buy it and fill it with my old Warner videotapes and other VHS. Well, that's the dream, isn't it? Win the lottery and fill. That's exactly what I'm going to do, because I could open a shop and put the VHS in it now, but there's no money coming in to pay for the said shop. I never liked Demi Moore as an actress, but she was nice to look at. That is true, yes. I can't think of anything. She's actually good, because Ghost, she's got the short hair and is crying all the time. I don't think that's the most famous role, isn't it? And Indecent Proposal, she's not worth $1 million. No. Have watched Land of the Dead twice in a desperate attempt to like it. I didn't. Well, it can't be obvious. Yeah. I went from liking it in the cinema, not liking it, and then liking it again. The first 3 Star Wars films are the best, and the only Star Wars films will be... Yeah, I will be doing for Phantom Menace. Was it more May 4th? But it's more of a nostalgia thing, because that's... Was it Return of the Jedi? Was the first one I saw in the cinema back in the day. I never saw the re-releases, which I probably should have. But yeah, it's the 25th anniversary of bloody Phantom Menace already. Breaking In is one of Bert's best performances. A modest but very like a film. That is exactly it. I think she actually says it in a biography, but I don't think that the poster was made to the early 80s when they were trying to bump up the marketing. Yeah, because it doesn't look like the same shape. Not that I'm an expert. What do you think of the new Roadhouse trailer? I don't watch trailers, but I've seen photos, and I think it might be okay. It's got Jake Gyllenhaal, who doesn't normally pick wrong scripts, but they've had a lot of issues with this one, but we'll see. Just noticed you have Blackout on your shelf. Keith Cameron and Kathleen Quinlan together, directed by veteran Doug Hickox. Ever seen the film? Let's see if I can get my phone in gear quickly just to check it out. Blackout. It sounds familiar. And now you say who's in it. Blackout. Not 2003, not 2022, not 2021. Bloody hell. I'll just look at that later. There's a lot of films called that. Sound rings familiar. Do you like Michael Wild Orchid at 9.5 weeks? I think I've seen Wild Orchid back in the day. I don't think I've ever seen 9.5 weeks because there's not much on show. But I've not seen them. I was going to watch them if someone was going to join me, but no one wanted them either. When I went to the cinema in the 80s to see a kids' films at the cinema, they showed trailer for the Day of the Dead. Yes. I saw Terminator. It scared the hell out of me when I was watching like the Muppet movie. The Muppet movie or something like that. Or, no, Muppets Take Manhattan. And it wasn't like PG rated 18 certificate for a specific film. It was just standard trailer. Do you think Mickey Rourke is underrated? Up and down. Depends what he's doing. Like Year of the Dragon, I do like. The other stuff, he's... Was it Double Team? He's a bit over the top. There's a lot of other great designs. You can see Return of the Living Dead, Death Warmed Up, Scared Stiff, and Freddy 2. Yes. That's how they got you back in the day. That sounds familiar. The first film I saw in the cinema was a re-release of Snow White. They showed the trailer for Fatal Attraction at the start. I was 5. Yeah, I bet they didn't tone down that trailer. No way. Know how that Roadhouse has the same amount of boobies, random explosions, over the top moments like the original, and so it should be as forgotten about as Roadhouse. So yeah, if they've not got the boobs, the explosions, and being over the top, like I used to fuck guys like you in the prison, which I don't know how it was supposed to be taken. It's not worth it. That burning post on the right is awesome with the shears and the river. Yeah, that's the decent one. Because where's my burning? My burning's a bit meh. Because it's one of the banned films. So it didn't get a good cover. And as usual, where's that little bastard? People waiting to see it. And it's missing. I've either got snow blindness or it's elsewhere. But yeah, my burning one is a bit lackluster. It's got the thing, but it's not all red and it's not as that. Kevin Costner's New Horizon American Saga looks good. I may venture out to the cinema. Oh, it's a cinema film. I thought it was a it's his new director one, is it? It looks epic. I do love a western. There you go. That helps. Not a fan of westerns, but I will check it out eventually. When I was a kid, when you were a kid, what was your local independent cinema called? It's still there. It's in Aberystwyth. It's called the Commodore. It's only got one screen. And I did make a video about it a year ago, so check that out. I agree with you. Breaking into third, more credit back in 89. Hang on, let's get back to some of these before I continue on. Duke says, I had a customer drive a car into the store once. Thankfully, no one was injured. That must have been all those poor videos. Brad, working at a video store, VHS days, when movies were returned, you opened the clamshell case, checked if the right title was in the case, and be kind, rewind. One day, a gentleman came in and pulled his movies out of a black plastic bag and put them on the counter. I grabbed the movies to go through and check in routine when I smelt a foul smell and looked to see the cases were smeared in shit. And now, so were my hands and my shirt. I think he was walking his dog and picked up the matter with a bag, then mistakenly used the same bag to carry his movies. I was livid, so made sure to leave those movies in his file for days, so he'd have to pay a late fee. It was nasty. Oh, that's bad. Getting all the way through and finding the shit. Where are we? Oh, I'm going way past. What's this? Hey, here's Ross of Smile Films. Welcome, sir. I only discovered that Stanley Kubrick directed Path of Glory. That man never fails to amaze me. I will have to get the new discs. Yes, I've been meaning to watch Path of Glory for ages. Now, I'm trying to remember which one it is now. Is that the Kirk Douglas one? No, that's Cross of Iron, is it? But yeah, both of those were supposed to be in January, but I never got around to watching them. Bob says, my video shop kindly got me The Nest from 1988. It wasn't in the shop as it was banned. Oh, it's They Nest I have up top in the loft. But she managed to get me a copy for me. I only knew about it from the trailer on Hell Island VHS. What were you watching, that, Bob, as a child? Yeah, The Dragon is on Prime and really helpful version where you can either watch it with no subtitles for the Japanese dialogue or subtitles for bloody everything. Yeah, I hate it when it does that. It's a nuisance. You have to keep turning it, either turning it on or off, or just live with one of them. You just have to guess what they're saying. Bert's very charming in Breaking In, and he acts his age more than he had done at that point. He should have had some awards attention, but I think he may have burnt too many bridges at that point. Yeah, it does sound like that. You need to remember to feed your sloth slave, man. Otherwise, she, there's other genders, isn't there? I won't have enough energy to look through all your tapes. Yes, I need to get one of those suction chutes. Did anyone else Blockbuster do clearance sales when they were shutting down? See, there's another one I missed. What was I doing? You see, I think I was in Australia when Blockbuster closed down in the UK, so I missed out on, and then I'd already put all my DVDs into storage, but then sold off my VHS when DVDs came out. So, Costa made a quite understated film not long ago, I think, called Never Let Go, which was quite good. Yeah, it's hard to think it's been, 30 years since he was top of the game with, was it JFK, Robin Hood, and then Waterworld scuppered him. There was another film he did that was very big. Do you like the Jackal and Last Man Standing, Mercury Rising with Bullets? I like Jackal, Last Man Standing, not a fan of Mercury Rising, but Jackal is funny because he is the bad guy. And Last Man Standing is on the list for March. Sounds like that car dude was in a hurry to avoid paying. Yeah, the late fees. Who was my first actress crush? Winona Ryder, probably. I was very into Winona Ryder. Hey, Matt's here. Esteemed members of the chat. No, I don't think there's anyone esteemed here tonight. Didn't think you needed a silage fee for video rentals. Yeah, we don't even. I guess they were for the porn. You got to be gloves, but one of the several reasons why I don't miss streaming. Even Netflix are guilty of that crap. Yeah. Yes, Douglas. There you go. I liked Reynolds in Starting Over with Dear Jail Claber, but Reynolds had a top flight director in Alan J. Pakula. That does help. Well, I did see Malone late last year, and that was a pretty good action now. Did see Gareth, I got it's showing off, I got on Warner Home Video 2ST released The Exorcist and Fistful of Dynamite. Must have missed that one. I saw the other ones. I didn't see that one. Maybe I was blocked it from my memory because I'm seething with jealousy. No One to Run needed more action, but still good. Yes, Van Damme was trying to get away from his action back then, but they brought him back in. They wouldn't do a film without him. Yeah, I hate streaming so much. Yeah. I've never watched a film on Netflix because every time I've looked, even back when they had everything, they never had the films I wanted to watch. Didn't start knowing I get Blu-ray. Always wanted to check it out, but one of the few films he did without his Tash. Yeah, it's weird when he does his non-Tash films. Did you see Gareth? I got done that one. Yeah, I can't blame you. Any of the I haven't got any of the Exorcists on X-Men. I've only got the first one many times on standard. Van Damme is the only guy I've watched his direct-to-DVD films are most watchable. Yeah, he's certainly better than Seagal on that one. Number one Bruce Lee film. I think it's Enter the Dragon. I know the other ones are better, but I do like that one. I wonder if anyone collected the VHS light displays from the old video shops or any cool standees. Yes, I missed out. I've got some VHS posters. Exorcist is one of them, but I can't find it. And I got quite a few of those. Nothing special films though. And I got a small standee of Mission Impossible 2. Love the Jackal, except the Jack Black bits. Enjoyed it when he blew his arm off. Yeah, that was shocking. Baby Cates. Oh, it's only a short list this time. Phoebe Cates, Jennifer Connelly, Alyssa Milano were my crushes. Haven't they all gone on to do nude things in the 90s? Starting over, had a Dutch release on DVD in via Paramount. US not sure, but the UK never got DVD or Blu-ray. Bloody Paramount again. It did get a pre-cert release. Let's go back then. Oh, sorry, Phoebe Cates in Paradise. Wow. Yeah. I can't remember what's Paradise. I can't remember if I've seen it. Hang on, I'll come back to you. Let's get back to what we're here. Erin says, drunk customer bought back an adult video and then spent so long looking for another one that I had long since shelved the one he bought back. He rented the same one. Not my problem. I don't comment on those movies. He goes home, calls me 30 minutes later, screaming, I gave him the same video he just bought back, and now he has to drive back up here drunk, and I was going to pay for his $800 DUI. I said, sir, you picked out the same movie, and I didn't ask you to drink drive. Now, he's going to have me filed and yada yada. So I left a note with my boss in case he called, and damn if he didn't remember to call and complain about me. My boss, a noted curmudgeon, says, sir, don't drink and drive, and hangs up. My job was saved to deal with drunk porn customers another day. Right, Mars. Remember watching direct-to-video, Derailed with Van Damme, train special effects that I had done by Fisher Price. Yeah, Derailed is not known as one of his better ones. It's a shame. I'm not going to lie, I have a soft spot for Rent-A-Cop. It's getting a Blu-ray. At least it isn't Cop and a Half, if it hasn't already got come out. A terrific shout with Alyssa Milano. Ginny! Isn't she in Commando as a illegal? Do you like Revenge with Costa? I've never liked Revenge with Costa. I saw it when it came out. I've seen it a few times, trying to get into it. But yeah, Tony Scott directed it. Big violent thriller it was supposed to be. But yeah, Madeline Stowe and Zorba the Greek or whatever his name is. I often walk past my old video shop. Oh, it gives me goosebumps. I can see myself walking in. It makes me feel great. And also sad to think back. Yeah, that's a piss of you have to see it. Oh, I got 3D standees. E.T. Chips and Get Carter 2000. Nice. Thoughts on Life Force? My favorite Toby Hooper movie. Yes, better than Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Yes, I watched it for homework the other day. Minion, where is it? Shoop. There it is. I don't know how we got away with full frontal on a UK VHS back in the day, but there it is. But yes, it's even another film like Species. If you took the nudity out, oh, it is the same one, same pictures over there. If you took the nudity out, it'd still be a good film. But yeah, it's probably my favourite Toby Hooper film because I do enjoy Poltergeist, but whether that's him. Video shop guy also gave me a load of posters for free. Hopefully, I was being groomed. No, I think middle-aged men giving kids things back in the 80s was allowed. So now it would be considered bad. Oh, he gave him some free things. Must be trying to groom him. I started watching the spot of this show, but I didn't get into it. Listen, Milano, I understand after Embrace the Vampire. You're all perverts, thick men. Seeing very attractive ladies in the nude is not for me, of course. Jennifer Connelly never did much for me. I must say, I like her, but I'm not over. I wouldn't go crazy or whatever. Like I never saw. Well, it took me. Was it The Hotspot? It took me. I only saw that last year. But has his real hair in Sarki's Machine. I don't know why he didn't stick with it. Got my real hair. I don't know why, but they probably cancelled the new show. Yes. Yeah. So Spartacus has spin-offs. Revenge is good, but the ending is really depressing. See, that's what I can't even remember. So maybe I should give it another watch. And after watching newer films, the old ones are starting to look pretty good. Well, even that one I'm watching at the moment, halfway through, was it the Time? What am I watching? Does anyone know? It's the Aussie film from 1988. It's got Dean Stockwell. It's got Carrie Fisher. It's a rip-off of the Terminator, and it's called not Gwendolyn, not the Burbs. Typical Time Guardian. There it is. Never saw it before. Oh, bit of internet issue there. Nice. Life Force on VHS. But yes, I'm not sure how edited it is. At some point, it's going to be a watch party. There is a movie about a cop that gives an erroneous medical diagnostic, and he's trying to kill himself in active duty so his family gets a pension. Any thoughts on what it is, and if it's on DVD? I have seen that. Dabney Coleman in Someone Tell Him. Shit, has anyone got it? I can't remember what it is now. Shit. Short Time, something like that. Yeah. And he's trying to kill himself, and he's doing all sorts of scripts. I saw that in the cinema. I think is it Short Time? Someone else. Bet the fourth Phantom Life Force hasn't got the VPRC symbol of approval on the back. I don't know. It's a budget release video collection, but no, it doesn't. Although it's packaged back in '89. This one, so it's quite an old one. Doc, Paramount released a Starting Over on Demand along with Paternity. Oh, Paternity, yes. There's so many Burt Reynolds films from the 80s. I didn't realise I'd not seen it in a long while. I watched the latter, and the transfer was very strong for a film that only got a VHS release. Nice. Hey, Mr. Danner's Horror. Revenge was like Tony Scott's warm-up for Men on Fire. That is very true. Thank you for joining us, Mr. Danner's Horror. The Hotspot career opportunity. She was a real knockout. Yes, she was. Still is. I don't know what she... I haven't seen it recently. What's your favourite stunt in the film? Well, luckily, I think there's many, but the Exterminator with the stunt where he gets the explosion and flies about 1 million feet. But luckily, I was able to interview the man that did it on that. Commander with Arnold is hilarious, especially the hotel room where the guy's eating too much meat. Yeah. What's your rank for Scream films? Oh, can't remember. We did it the other night when I did Scream 2. 1 and 2 are the tops. Underrated film, another underrated Burt film, The Man Who Loved Women. Blake Edwards got a pretty valuable performance out of it. Yeah, I watched that a few months ago. It's not hilarious, it's not funny as such, but it's good just to watch. Oh, Pole Slide in Police Story, yes, Jackie Chan. Although I do like his, when he's on the bus, then he's running on the roof, smashes through the glass, which turned out to be real glass, and I do like that one. Oh, hang on, let's get back to the stories. I thought we'd be done by now. I don't think anyone will be here, but thanks for everyone to joining me. ACCEE is spelled. My first job was 16. I was in the video store in a small hometown. We also rented out RV sites and hookups behind the store. One day a guy came in while I was working and asked about the sites. He asked if there was any schools nearby. I told him the other side of the fence from the sites is a middle school. He said, "Oh, I can't be around kids." Instinctively, I took a step back and just continued to say how close it was. He left the store pretty quickly after that. Yeah. Yeah, that's a good one. Hang on. Bit in Revenge where Anthony Quinn randomly flings his dog in the swimming pool is fun. Poor doggies. Watch Time After Time the other day. Yes, with David Warner. Fantastic. As always, good film thoughts. Yes, I love Time After Time. I have the book down there, which I'm going to read one day. But for some reason, Time After Time, I think was on... I seem to remember it being on afternoons when I watched it back in when it came out. But I have interviewed the director who did Star Trek 2 and 6. I've forgotten his name now. Nicholas Meyer. I don't do streaming. Paramount still has far too many archival materials sitting in those vaults. Imprint and Arrow are getting some interesting films in the US. Yes, stick to physical media. I have a 4-foot Little Shop Horror standee. I also have a pop-out Iron Eagle standee. They are very rare. Exactly. Are they on display or are they safely away somewhere? Do you remember Navy Seals with Charlie Sheen? I do love Navy Seals. That would have been in January, but no one picked it. In fact, I saw Navy Seals at the cinema. And it's always, if you watch any military YouTube channels, they're always taking a piss at that one. Passionately dislike Man on Fire. Don't just give me a take. I can see that. It is all over the shop in editing and film stock and everything. Yeah, so yes. Scott's Man on Fire is a remake of a Scott Glenn film from the 80s. Similar stories, but the 80s ones are a lot more serious. I'm not crazy about streaming either, but Beverly D'Angelo. She's had some work done. Have you seen all the Alfred Hitchcock films or just some? A good long while ago. It might have been over 5 years ago. I watched all of them when I had the time in a month or so. There's a behind the scenes for the high falling stick. Bert and her crew have a moment of prayer before he does the stunt. Yeah, good old Darl Robinson. He was my favorite stuntman of the 80s. Another story. One of the video stores was the first to get a Street Fighter 2 arcade cabinet. Would play the hell out of that, then rent a movie and go home, and then repeat it the next day. There you go. Is that summer holidays? Or was that when you were an adult? Worked in a garage which had a big video section. So you have technically worked. in a video store. Nice. Thinking about Dave Warner. Has anyone seen Tripwire with Warner? No, I have not. I've seen Scream 2 with Warner the other night. There's a small party as in that. I watched the outtake from Stick the other day, but he was pretty good director. Who could have been great, but he seemed to lose faith in himself. Yeah, maybe, I think Hollywood stiffed him. These are the best streams. You need to do more. You get new viewers. Well, thank you, Bob. This was technically going to be at the start of a series, but yeah, talking about VHS and stuff because I got the other one I do that's getting popular as well. So, which we're going to be doing CBS Fox at the end of the next month. Oh yeah, I moved it because Good Friday we're doing Bob Hoskins in the Long Good Friday watch party. So I have to find a guest for that. Thank you, Bob. Rising Sun drops O Murder at 1600. The Art of War underrated films. Yes, they're all very entertaining. And yeah, I don't have Murder at 1600 Rising Sun on VHS for some reason. Have you seen the? Yes, I have seen. Yeah, Michael Myers has seen the old Scott Glenn, but don't remember much about it. Yeah, I don't remember much about it. I remember he did. Was it Wild Geese 2? But it's totally nothing to do with the first film, and totally different. Hey, the Wild Guys are here. Welcome. Let's be getting into the US time. I think Bert was unhappy on how Stick was re-edited, including what's her name from Ghostbusters being completely cut out. Yes, Annie Potts. Now, I've been working on because I've got copies of both the TV version, which is upscale to 720p, and the Blu-ray release, and I've been working on an edit. But it's a bitch because the films are completely different. So every few minutes there's scenes that aren't there that are different. There's one extended scene. There's about 10 minutes in the middle, which is the Annie Potts scene she's in, and then the party scenes with different ending where Bert goes to see the wife and she offers herself. But yeah, hopefully one day I'll get it out and you'll see it. Yeah, I thought Man of Fire was up its own arse. It was kind of cool to see Washington Fanning make a reunion Equalizer. I didn't recognize it was her till the credits. I didn't know it was. Well, I know her, but she was really annoying in War of the Worlds. But I thought she was going to have a bigger part. But maybe in the fourth one if they do one. Totally agree about Man of Fire. Just pretentious and ridiculously over-edited. Yeah. If I think about the film, it's all right. But if I watch it again, it is over-edited. By the way, my watch stopped in 1999 as well. Well done, Stuart. Thank you. Bob Hoskins acting in the last scene in Long Good Friday is truly remarkable. Yes, I think he's in the car, isn't he? And I think Pierce Brosnan, the Irish terrorist or whatever he is, in that scene as well. Elmore Leonard's Book of Stick is a revelation. Smart dialogue and great characterization. Just wish the film translated to screen better. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if the TV cut or the director's cut. I haven't watched it properly, but I haven't read the book either, so I'm not one to judge. But on which is the better version. Glenn was in Scott Glenn, yes, in an early '80s movie called The Challenge with choreography by a then unknown Steven Seagal. Yeah, it's like Never Say Never Again. Seagal broke Connery's hand or wrist. My standee are safely put away in the cupboard. I have to get rid of the cobwebs and get them out, as long as they're not damp. Do you like Escape from LA as much as Escape from New York? I made the mistake of watching Escape from New York and then straight into Escape from LA, and I thought, this is just completely the same. If you watch it on its own, you can have some fun with it, but like everyone says, it's the special effects that let it down the most. Right, let's have another. Yeah, it would be awesome to see Stick restored. Because the original doesn't exist. It's just someone taped it off the telly and was lucky enough to notice it was different. Right, where are we? Tor says early 90s. Sorry, I'm reading as they wrote it. It was allowed to rent soft. This is a gentleman from Norway. It was allowed to rent softcore porn in Norway. When someone would rent them, they usually rented a normal film also. They would wait until they were alone in the store before they came to the desk. Always putting the porn underneath. I would always put them side by side when I was slowly getting the cassettes, stressing them out a bit in case someone would come in. Yes, I think my store only had about 3. They had The Lover's Guide, Flesh Gordon, and I don't think of the name of the film, Strap On Sally or something like that. That was about the level of porn we had, and it was all edited anyway. There's no penetration. I need to read Elmore Leonard's book. I saw Bert's cut and wasn't crazy about it. Though I've heard it's more faithful to the novel. I thought the downer ending fell flat. Yes, there's a completely different ending for those that don't know. Well, there's a different ending, and then the theatrical ending has a bit more afterwards for a happy ending. Enjoyed the fine CGI rendering during Escape from LA surfing sequence. Now, people are blaming the CGI, but is it just compositions of blue screens and such? Bought the Blu-ray box set of the TV series first 3 films on the buses. So sexist but funny. Yes, I'll get you, Butler. I watched those all 3 last year, I think. In HD, I think. I've got the 3 films on VHS. But people say, oh, you can't make that anymore. But there's very little in it apart from Hanky Panky, or suggested Hanky Panky. I guess it really wasn't Bert's cut. Maybe something the TV network devised. There you go. This is all we got. Right, who we got? Robert. Oh, it's a long one. Strap in. Whether it's any good. Jeremy Weeks Joyner and I were... Oh, sorry. Names. Jeremy and I worked in the same movie gallery. There's almost too many good stories, but my favorite was Night a little while after they tried and failed with extended hours. I'd put it down to being open too late for a sleepy small town and people not being aware of the hours changing. We were there between 11 and midnight most weekends with 0 customers coming in whatever the hell we had eaten for lunch that night started to come back in the form of foul farts. It was funny because it was just us 2, but after being gassed from the front of the store came some headlights across the parking lot. They were heading straight our way, we knew it, and going to be awful just as 2 of us standing there with the miasma of sulfur all around. Jeremy grabbed some air freshener from the counter. I can only describe it as cinnamon Christmas tree and frantically spread it all around. The family piles out of the car, then one daughter leading the way. She gets to the door, takes a huge whiff, and cracks her nose and goes, What smells like a Chicago hotel? And it was hilarious. We live nowhere near Chicago. Then we got Herbert. Rented gay porn from a local store, and when I got to my car, the clerk had left a note with his name, address, phone number, and what time he would be home at night. I'm glad they changed the Stick music, as I love the score and enjoyed the shootout they added at the end. Yeah, there you go. Nothing sexy about on those buses that I can see. Exactly, it's just harmless fun. Right, yeah. The Barry DeVerzon score in Stick is pure badass. The Tall T was a fairly solid adaptation of a for Western Great Bud Boat. Doctor, what is these names I can't pronounce? Directed the film. Elmo would be proud. Oh, I didn't know that one. Right, we're over an hour now. Let's see what we got. Oh, I've got one more story. Then we'll go through the comments and call it a night. Hang on, got a stick. Stick's been popular. The end of the stick release version makes no sense. I don't think I'm ready for you, but it plays over them laughing and basically getting together. Yeah. Right, Jordan. I worked at a supermarket video section in high school, and the guy across the aisle ran a photo development business. When business was slow, we would take pictures of some of the kids that used to hang out in the store and then print them out, cut their faces out, and tape them to the movie box covers over the faces of the actors and inside the plastic cases. Then I'd rent out the movies. Most times customers wouldn't notice, but occasionally I'd bring back and be like, what the hell is this on my copy of Lethal Weapon 3? 8mm, yeah, that is disturbing. The second 8mm 2 is total dross, but yeah, the first one with Nicolas Cage is pretty good. Right. Let's see. I think we're done for tonight, so I'll just go through any questions, and then I'll bid you farewell until I think we have... Oh, let me get my props. Oh, there it is. It's already here. Friday night is Toxic Avenger Part 2 watch party. If I can get any more stories, I'll do this again. I watched the first time recently Outland and loved it. God knows how it passed me over for all those years. Thoughts. I love Outland. Sean Connery in a Western in space. Is it Peter Hyams did that? What's it called? High Noon in Space. But yeah, it's one I watched as a child. It was on like BBC, I think. Be a late night BBC film for me back in the day. But yeah, it's one that's amazing. And quite gross as well. When he kills off the bad guys. Yeah, the happy end doesn't work either, but it still feels better than the other ending. Hopefully the photo stuck over Lethal Weapon 2 cover was also had an epic mullet. He had his ponytail back then, but he still had the mullet, didn't he? I'm not sure where he'd stand legally of taking pictures of kids hanging around and then putting them on video stores. Actually, I got water. See if I can get some more stories here. Only seen Outland once, but remember it being good. Yeah, it's definitely worth a watch. VHS rule. Good night. And on that bombshell. Thanks, Stuart. Speaking of renting, I recently watched Rent-A-Cop with Burt Reynolds and Liza Minnelli. Of course she's in that. She was great. I guess she was going from Arthur 2 to Rent-A-Cop with Burt. But is it any good? Because I think Cop and a Half got a sequel as well, but even though nothing to do with the first, I believe. It's more one of those remake situations. But I'll let you have one more look at Demi in her airbrushed days. And I'll bid you farewell and maybe see some of you. Because we got, Relic on, that's a terrible poster, isn't it? There's no effort in that. Relic on Saturday night. Right, I shall let you enjoy the rest of your evening or wherever you are. So thanks for joining.